It's another Wednesday evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world watching us and participating with us tonight. And it's Open Mic Magic time. Right, lovely to see you all. We will also, as we always do at the beginning, everybody get ready to wave at the Facebook crowd. So there we go. You're visible to Facebook. So hi there, everyone on Facebook. Great to see you tonight. And on Twitch as well. I keep forgetting about Twitch, but Stuart streams us to Twitch too. So we have a terrific show lined up. A couple of new people as well, which is always great, because that's what we're all about, showing new talent to everybody in our lovely community. So over to Iceland, first of all, and my good friend and Magic Circle compadre, looking forward to meeting you at Blackpool, Gunnar. Hi there, Gunnar.
Hello, hello. Nice to see you all, and yeah, I look forward to Blackpool and meeting so many people that I've just seen online on the screen. So just like Penn and Teller, could we have Jill and Gunnar, please?
The Jill Show.
Hello, Jill. Nice to see you.
Hello. Nice to see you too.
I wanted to tap into your intuition a little bit, and I'm going to shuffle the cards like this, and give them a fancy cut like this. So I'm going to deal the cards down like this into 3 piles, and anytime you like, you have the intuition, you tell me to stop.
Stop.
Stop here.
Take the last one back.
Take this one back here.
Yes. That's
and stop
fine.
here.
Yes.
Okay, let's see the cards that you stopped at. 6 of spades. 6 of spades means that you're a hard worker. If you decide to do something, you work on it until it's finished. 4 of clubs. 4 of clubs means that you like to have fun, that you like to mingle with people and join in. And 5 of clubs even adds to that you are a fun person. Absolutely. So we have a 4, 5, and a 6. Which card or which pile do you want me to put the deck on, the remaining cards?
The 5 of clubs.
The 5 of clubs. We put that one here. And on which one would you like me to put the deck now?
The 6 of spades.
The 6 of spades. And we have the 4 left. So now I'm going to deal down the cards, and this is going to be the key card to your personality. You tell me whenever you want to stop.
Stop.
Did you want this one down or do you want it up?
The one that had fallen. That
Sorry?
one. That
Do
one.
you want this one up?
Yes.
Up again. Okay, so you want to stop on this one?
No, I wanted to stop on
this one here.
Yes.
Okay, well, 2 of clubs. That even adds to your fun and mingling, and I wouldn't say clubbing, but like to be with people.
I do.
Absolutely. So let's see the cards that you stopped at. 5 of clubs, and we'll take the next card to it, 6 of spades, and the next to that one, 4 of clubs, and 2 of clubs. So if you would have stopped me at some other place, everything would have changed and you would have stopped at different cards. But this is exactly where you stopped.
Yes.
And I've been told that ladies, they like this magic trick quite a lot, because where you stopped, you have the Queen of Clubs, you have the Queen of Diamonds, you have the Queen of Hearts, and you have the Queen of Spades. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, well. My
Jill,
talent knows no limit.
absolutely, yes. I'm going to stick those cards inside. I mean, I knew that everything would be perfect with you as always. Did you know, Jill, that each and every one of us has his or her card of the day?
No.
It's something I can't explain. It's something of higher powers. We are assigned a card that is our card of the day, and it comes at midnight wherever we are, and then at next midnight it changes to something completely different. And this has nothing to do with favorite card or anything like that. So now I've given the cards a few shuffles, and I think I know what your card of today is. Yeah, I think I've got it. Let's see. I've got one special card in mind. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here it is. I found it. So I think that I'm correct that this card is your card of today, and I'm going to put it face down here. We're not going to have a look at it. First, I'm going to give the cards another shuffle. And then I'm going to deal the cards face up. Don't think of the value or the suit of the cards. Just think of some kind of initiation, and whenever you feel like it, before I'm gone too far, you tell me to stop.
Stop.
Do you want this one down or up?
Up.
Up.
In
Here.
your hand. That
Yeah.
one in your hand.
So you stop here.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, which pile do you want me to start with using, A or B?
A.
This one here.
Yes.
Okay, so you pick this one here. So you got 7 of spade. So because of that, you pick this card. I'm going to spell S-E-V-E-N. So I'm spelling the card you stopped on.
Mm-hmm.
And the card that we get here, oh, it's the 7 of hearts. So it's very good. So we've got 2 7s. Why don't we add the third one? And before I shuffled the cards, before you said stop, and before you picked which pile to use, I put one card here, which is your card of today. And do you know what? This is the only card that we can use to make 4 of a kind. Brilliant. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help. Back to you, Kevin.
Now that's a first for a Wednesday night. Jill was speechless. Fabulous. Absolutely terrific.
Thank you.
Okay, so from Ireland, it's just a short little paddle over to the USA, and then
From where? From where? From Ireland.
Iceland. Sorry, did I mispronounce? I mispronounced, Gunnar. We will. Where's my T-shirt? I haven't got my fix it in post T-shirt yet. We will fix it in post. I'll
We'll get
put
it
a
tomorrow,
blue cover in my mouth. Yes, from Iceland. Yes, no, the one with the cod. Yeah, so from Iceland over to the USA. And down a little bit to Texas and our next performer, Robina. Come in, Robina. Lovely, thank you. Oh, I like the new routine. That's fantastic. Robina works really hard at coming up with new visuals and new routines each week, and really enjoyed that. Okay, now we're staying in the USA, but our next performer is not here with us. He's on video. So we're going to hand you over to the fantastic Alan Fisher. Sorry, my mouth cut out then. Alan Fisher.
Greetings, Alan Fisher from Alan Fisher Magic, and I'm going to try to do something a little bit different today. Magic across the Ethernet, if you will, with you being there and not here. And it's going to involve these small squares of color. Let me switch over to my table camera, and I'm going to lay out a little bit of a grid, if you will. 3 colors in each of the rows. And I've printed the names of the colors right on the papers so that you can easily follow along. And I've got a prediction here on the back of this white card, and I'll put it up here so that it stays in frame the entire time, and you know I didn't switch anything. Now this is one of these special kind of magic tricks where you're going to reach up and just touch the screen to follow along, because you're going to pick one of these colored squares as your starting point for a counting game. And here's how it'll work. You'll pick wherever you want to start, and you'll be able to move either up and down or side to side. The only 2 rules are you can't move diagonally, and as we go along, if I don't think you're on something, like if I don't think you're on red, I'm going to take it away. And so once I remove that, you can't go through that square. You have to go around it. Right? If I took the white out and you were here, you'd have to go up and around. You can't go through an empty spot. You can never go diagonally. But you're allowed to move up and down, left or right. It's that simple. And you're going to begin on whatever color square you want. And this first time, you're going to move based on the number of letters in your color. Like if you start on blue, then you'll make 4 moves, B-L-U-E, let's say. Or if it's red, if you started there, well, then you could go R-E-D, because you can go forward and backward, backward and forward, up and down, just never diagonally. Make sure that doesn't fall. So pick whatever color you want to start on, and I'll just begin counting. And whenever you run out of letters, stop on a different square. So put your finger on the screen on your colored square, and you're going to move. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop whenever you're done with your color. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that should take care of just about everybody. So you started someplace, you moved around the board, you're in a brand new spot. And let me see if I can feel where you might be at. There's a lot of choices, but I don't feel anybody on magenta, so we're going to get rid of it. So remember, up and down, left to right, never diagonally, and you can't go through an empty spot. So this time, let's just move 5, okay? We'll just pick 5 as a number. So wherever you're at, move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you're in a brand new spot. You're in a brand new spot, and no, nobody's on blue, and nobody's on purple. Okay. Let's move 7 times. Move 7 times. Ready? Remember, up and down, left to right, no diagonal, and don't go through the empty spots. But make 7 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Where are you? Nope, nope, nope. Nobody's on brown. And nobody's on red. We're getting close. We're getting close. Oops, that almost fell. Can't reveal my prediction early. Let's go back to 5. Let's go back to 5. Move 5 times from wherever you're at. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, nobody's on orange. Nobody's on orange. All right, last time. We'll just do 3. We'll just do 3 for this last time. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Now remember, you started wherever you wanted on the board. You decided if you're going to move up and down, left or right. And I can tell none of you are on white. And I can tell none of you are on green, because all of you are on yellow. And I knew that in advance, because the color I predicted was yellow. And that, my friends, is my magic for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Alan Fisher. I'll see you next time.
And cut.
We're good? All right. Make sure that gets sent off to Kevin so that he can put it in the next show. All right? Boy, I hope these clips never get dug up in the 23rd century, or else they'll realize our sufficiently advanced technology really wasn't magic. Fisher to Enterprise. All hands stand by for the jump to time warp. Helm, plot us around the sun. Transporter room, lock onto these coordinates. 1 to beam up. You guys did stop filming, right?
Typical Alan Fisher, absolutely brilliant. And I could see all the happy faces of the cats out there, so we will send him a little message to say thank you, Alan. And we look forward to seeing him live again once his working schedule changes. Right, from the USA, back over to the UK, and across the border up to Bonnie, Scotland. And our next act, Scott Paton. Come in, Scott.
Hello, everyone. I do need a volunteer, and then we'll try an experiment. So if you can get me a volunteer, Kevin.
I'm sure Stu will find someone for you.
Yep, raise your hand if you'd like to volunteer. Leon was first.
Fantastic. All right, so we'll bring this down here so you can see these cards here. So we're going to use this as a little prediction. We'll come back to that, but we'll keep them in view. And we're going to play a little game, and the little game is called Lucky Free. So I want you to remember that. Lucky Free. That is the game, okay? So you're going to make some choices, and we'll give this a go. You're going to make 2 choices, actually. So the first choice we're going to do is we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here. We're going to call this pile A, and we're going to call this pile B. Now you get to decide if you want pile A on top or pile B on top. Your choice. But what do you want to do?
Okay, let's do pile B on top of A.
Okay, pile B on top of A, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So that was choice number 1. Now we're going to play the second part of the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got pile A again, and we've got pile B. Do you want to do the same choice again, so B on top of A, or would you like to change things about and go A on top of B?
Let's go A on top of B.
Excellent. A fair choice?
Yep.
Excellent. Now, I did tell you what the name of the game is. What did I say the name of the game was?
Lucky 3.
Lucky Free. Well done. So we're going to spell lucky and then free. So Lucky, lucky, and then 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this is your card that you've landed on, the third one here. So we're going to put that aside, and we'll put these two other ones that you could have got very close to, but you didn't get them. Now, I didn't show you what the other cards were, and I'm going to show you that now. So on here, we have the word magic. On here, we have the word love. On this one, we have the word eat. We have boat. We have car. We have house. And we have tree. So just random words. Yeah. And the ones that you could have nearly hit, we had hot dog and we had gin. Two random words again. And you were very close to getting these two. But the one that you landed on actually says lucky free. It's good, isn't it?
That's great.
But I did say I would make a prediction ahead of time, and I did. So you've done incredibly well because you mixed the cards up and you hit lucky free. That was incredible. So well done. But I made a little prediction. So we'll move these cards aside and we'll keep these ones in shot at the moment. So this was my little prediction, which has not left the screen. And it actually says a little message. It says G, it says O, it says O, and it says D, which is good. And then this one also says N, I, G, H, T, which says good night, which is a nice little message, because obviously I want to wish everybody a good night and thank you for watching. But there's also a little other bonus thing I want to show. See, you did incredibly well getting lucky free, but you just missed out on two other cards, and that was gin and hot dog. These two words you were so close of hitting. But the amazing thing is, I knew that ahead of time as well. Because if we rearrange these letters of good night, we get gin and we get H-O-T and then D-O-G. No letters left behind, and that is hot dog and that is gin. So thank you very much for watching that little game.
Awesome. Good job.
Back to the studio to Kevin.
Fantastic, Scott. You've done it again. You've done it again. You've got those little grey cells saying, what? Okay, so just a little what's going on further tonight. We've got a short video from one of our regulars from the USA, and then we've got our special guest, David Penn, coming to join me for a little natter, and then the rest of the show after that. Later on in the show, we have a gentleman called Wayne Goodman on video, but he wants as many people as possible to have a pack of cards handy for when he does that, which he's going to do a trick that involves you guys out there with a pack of cards and him on video, hopefully getting the right result. So we'll see how that goes. But before that, and before our guest, I will hand us over to the very fabulous Charles Schneider. I did say short and sweet, and that is what it was. Probably a little routine from Charles. And again, somebody who we are missing because he pops in occasionally and does something wild and wacky. And we're looking forward to the next time we can encourage him. But because he's on the Pacific coast, it's the wrong time of day. God, why do we have a global time? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Right, so it's that time of the evening to say hello to my special guest, the fabulous David Penn. Hi there, David.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely wonderful to have you along. Right, we're going to just do a sort of little dive into who David Penn is, what David Penn is all about, and also you can announce something for the magic community as well during our chat, I believe, hopefully.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
talk about Blackpool and that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
No problem.
So, for starters, David, where did it all begin?
Oh my God, I don't believe that picture. That's off. I didn't think magicians would find that. Well, it began before then. That's kind of like I still remember the day taking that picture with an instant camera. Remember those? And I couldn't catch the cards in those days. I couldn't keep the cards in one hand. They literally went all over the floor. And, that's not real. I couldn't do that. I was trying to be Paul Daniels, but I couldn't actually do that. But my dad managed to take the photo in such a way that, and another thing about that photo, I'm concentrating so much on doing that my jaw, when you're an amateur and you get into very weird positions, and my jaw is in such a strange position in the original, but I had to Photoshop it to make me look normal before I dared put it on the website. So I skewed my jaw back into a normal position on Photoshop. But yeah, it's the same story everybody's got. Granddad showed them a magic trick, did tricks from the magic set, fooled my granddad, went to school. It became your identity because being a magician, you can't have a normal conversation. So you just start doing magic for everybody as a social crutch. And then you're the magic guy at school. People talk to you that would normally talk to you. Same story everybody's got, Kevin,
Yeah. So you were born in Northampton, yeah?
No, I was born in Sheffield.
You see, then the internet is wrong.
Yeah. So my dad was the reason for us moving to Northampton. I used to have a very, very deep northern accent. So I used to talk like this, which is how my mum talks all the time, like this, sort of like Emmerdale Farm. But when we moved to Northampton, that is why I kind of lost my accent and became sort of more respective pronunciation, because all the kids giving me a ribbing at school about my accent. And we moved to Northampton because my dad worked for Whitbread and he brought TGI Fridays to the UK.
Oh, wow. Wow. So a bit of a heritage of innovation, not just in magic.
Yeah, so any magician that's had a residency at TGI Fridays, they've kind of got my dad to thank.
Fabulous. Because we've got another northern magician up there, so you probably could converse and understand what he is. That's Roy Stone. He's out there somewhere. Hello, my duck. He's from Derby. So where was I? Oh, so you began really young. Were you part of the youth of the Magic Circle? No.
When I'm older than I look. Thank you for that question. But yeah, I was a member of the Northamptonshire Magicians Club, and that was the only club that had it. The Magic Circle Young Magicians Club only came about when they were going for the lottery grant and David Berglass. I was about sort of 18, 19 then, and too old for the Young Magicians Club. I just joined the main Magic Circle, but there was the Northampton Magic Club, a guy called Ken Hawes, who's actually a previous winner of the Magic Circle close-up competition, a really fabulous magician. I don't think I'd be the close-up magician I was today. I don't think I'd know what real close-up magic was at that very impressionable age if it wasn't for like Ken, that was doing things like bottle productions and amazing stuff with coins and real magic with toppets and that kind of thing. But I was very lucky. He was my mentor, and Anthony Owen's mentor as well, with the Northamptonshire Magicians Club. We were both in the junior section together. Me and Anthony grew up together. So that sort of early time where we were sort of, those fertile minds were growing, that was such a great time, really.
Yeah. You've won a fair few competitions in, what's happened there? That was
I think you've hidden your video, I think.
Video has stopped for some reason and it's not restarting.
I do think you look better. You do look a lot better in the photo. If I could, it's been a long day. I've been at
Oh,
the
right,
trade
I
show
can
at
see what.
Excel.
Well, this is. There we go. This
There
was.
you go.
This is Zoom playing up, and it went to the. It decided it didn't want to play ball and went to a different virtual camera. Would you believe? And wouldn't start.
Wow.
Oh dear. I'll get to that picture in a while, but
Okay.
I'll just sort of say you've won a fair few competitions in your day yourself.
Yeah. I think the one I was really proud of, and it meant mainly because it meant something to my dad as well, is the Close-Up Magician of the Year from the Magic Circle. Because I was at that time, I lived with my dad. My mum and dad got divorced, and I stayed with my dad. And he was just in the process of kicking me out of the house and saying, "Go and get a real job." And actually, that came around at just the right time. That win to convince my dad that actually I might be worth sort of sticking as a magician, because I'd obviously got something. So it came about at a really sort of crucial time in my life when I was about to be kicked out the front door, and my dad kind of gave me another chance.
Yes, I mean sometimes magic can be a hindrance as well as a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you won the Close-Up Magician of the Year. Also, you've got an IBM Magician of the Year award as well, I believe.
Yeah, I won it in the same year, which I think it's been done since, but I think I was the first person to win it in the same year. And then, I started going into illusions. I went through that stage in my career that I love doing big illusions. I still do, but it's mainly an ego thing rather than a profitable money-making thing. But it's great to be on stage doing big illusions, and I enjoy doing the big illusion show and doing that at Blackpool at the Winter Gardens and winning the British Magic Championships. That was just a great night. That was unbelievable.
Well, the big illusions obviously brings you to BGT. For our Americans, that's Britain's Got Talent. So and you were, I believe, you were probably the first magician to actually progress in the competition. Normally, the early days of magic on BGT, they used to sort of dismiss them as a novelty and kick them out very quickly.
I think dismiss them is putting it mildly. They used to absolutely rip them apart, and it was always like a little bit of an edit. In fact, even before my spot on there, the opening spot, they had like a montage ripping people apart, and they were sort of ribbing people that had done the substitution trump. And it even showed Michael McIntyre, a famous comedian in the UK, saying, "Oh, I hate that trick where they hold up the blanket and then change places." And that's what he reduced it to. And then, of course, I was going to go on and do that, but it was obviously part of their storytelling narrative that I was doing it a different way and faster, or whatever story they were trying to tell in those days. But Amanda Holden said I broke the curse of magic. It was a great moment. I did feel the pressure because so many magicians had had a hard time, which is why when I did very well in the live semi-final, when Anton Deck came to me and I knew it was live, I actually said, magic is an art form, like singing, like dancing. There's a lot of great magicians in Britain, and one day one will get to the final. And, got a lot of applause. I got a lot of great comments from magicians when they heard me say that. But I really wanted to sort of stick that to them live on television, that magic was, something not to be ridiculed. And guys like us love it. Absolutely.
And you did a twist on the sub-trunk anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, it was. I did 2 sub-trunks. That was their decision and not mine. But one was the suspended animation invented by John Taylor, fantastic illusion. I was the only person in the UK that had it at that time. And, as they get in touch with you and say, what would you like to do on the show? Then we went down and had a meeting, because, you don't queue up at Excel like everybody thinks you do. You go down, you have a meeting and you show them a video and say, well, I could do this, 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 or this. And then they chose that particular illusion. In the final, we were meant to make Kit appear because it was David Hasselhoff. And I was genuinely given the impression that we were going to progress to the final with all the team that were working with us. But Simon Cowell changed his mind on the night, even though I believe we got a better sort of response from the audience. Anybody that's capable of watching the whole show back, he put through a lady called Jean playing the electric keyboard. And yeah, I don't know what she's doing now. Probably still out there working somewhere.
Well, you're obviously well known to the British public as the BGT for big illusions, but you have a smaller illusion, which is just my all-time favourite of what you do, which is this.
Oh, the liquid glass.
Yeah, and it is just fabulous. I mean, how long have you been doing that? Is this something that you've got that's unique to you? That was, or was that a?
No, it's built by Willy Kennedy. It's not cheap. It's kind of like illusion show prices for the size of it. And when you've got it in the country, you know, it's quite an expensive thing. I'm not. I think there's maybe 2 in the UK, but it's a beautiful illusion. And I've been doing sort of a lot of parlor shows in people's homes and for companies and that kind of thing. And whenever there's a small audience of people, I always try and sell a parlor show. And what I was keen to have was a great illusion like that. And you can do it 3 or 4 feet from people. They can't see how it works, but it also feels really big and spectacular done that close. And it's so baffling that it kind of adds so much production value, if you like, to the parlor show. But I've done it on big stages as well. And Wayne Dobson invited me, which was an honor to take part in his show at the Magic Circle.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, well, I've spent, David, you've destroyed hours of my life, but I've spent bits of paper and rulers and protractors and slide rules and calculators and trying to figure it out and got nowhere. So
there's a lot of top magicians in that audience tonight. They went down to the bar after that show and they were like, "Yeah, that's good. Yeah. How does that work?" Yeah. And the theory is, a lot of people, Wayne Fox actually thought it worked like a doorway, and the glass kind of opens up like that. And I said, Wayne, people would see that sat on the side, and he was like, "But he's such a lovely guy, Wayne." He actually says, "Don't tell me, I don't want to know." He doesn't want to know how it works.
I will find out eventually. David, you're also well known for your shop, which is something that you started quite a long time ago. It's one of the earlier online magic stores. So was that your idea? Did you come up with that, or was it a collaboration? Or?
So the World Magic Shop was my first business partner, Jim Trainer. It was sort of born out of his invention of the PK ring, and World Magic Shop started. And then I brought out a couple of products with World Magic Shop. The first was refraction, which is in my current lecture, the new handling with the bending wine glass that I lectured at Magic Live. And then after that, I did the original coin vexed. And shortly after that, myself and Jim used to spend a lot of time together. So when the opportunity came up for us to become business partners in it together, it just felt like the right challenge at the time. And it was a difficult business because although we were turning over a lot, it's very difficult to make a very good profit from stuff coming in from abroad. And it was getting harder and harder with other shops setting up that weren't VAT registered because they didn't have the same level of turnover as us. It was very hard to compete. And I actually found that it was a lot easier to actually just spend most of my time focusing on our own products, our own inventions. And they were the thing that was making the business profitable. But the rest of the business was sucking all my time out of my life. And when I got rid of that side of the business and just went back to designing products, which is where my passion is, bringing out my own ideas, then that's when it became fun. And that happened about
You sort of
5,
bucked
6
the
years ago
trend,
now.
didn't you? You bucked the trend of magic stores online by saying, look, we're only going to stock stuff that you, David, is quality and all that you produced yourself. You've got a few other creators on there as well, but mainly it's your own products, and they're all good products, which I can honestly say, I'm not sort of trying to be
Oh,
nice
thank you.
because it's an interview, but they are all good products on your side. And you also have the review show, the Wizard Product Review, and genuinely, you don't score your own products, do you? You talk about other products.
No, I think that's a bit hypocritical. We wouldn't give a score. I think bias would probably come into it.
That's what I mean.
But you just can't do that because, well, it's just hypocritical to do a show all about your own product. What we do, and I've already filmed it for next week, is to just say, hey, this is what's coming out. This is what I think's good about it. And then, that will go out just before Blackpool. And if people haven't seen trailers already, then everything's all in one place for people to kind of have a look at for your consideration kind of thing. Well,
if you have a look at I don't know if you've seen the messages that come in there that...
I haven't. They've not. I'm only on a phone because I'm away at the moment.
One thing, the trick is doing on the pick is amazing. So that was Martin Duffy saying he loves that.
Oh, thank you, Martin.
And then Mitch from the US has said, after the interview, I was wondering if you would mind asking David if he could talk about or perform his new effect, Overlap. So that's the thing you're...
Overlaid.
Overlaid. Oh, he's written Overlaps. I'm just reading without... And also, just one other thing, we've got one of our performers who's performing a bit later on. He loves Pie Revelations. And he's actually performing it at the end of the show tonight. So.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, and that's Tommy Burnett.
So first of all, an apology to Mitch, but thank you for your interest in the app. I can tell you anything about it. I've been doing it all day long at the trade show today. I'm at quite a big trade show at Excel in London, which is like the big exhibition centre. And I'm on a stand for Allbet, and then I'm going out to the Philippines for them in July and Malta. But I'm on the trade show stand, and I'm using Overlaid all the time. The problem I've got, Mitch, is I would love to show it to you. I would welcome the opportunity to talk to you. I can talk to you about it. I can answer any questions. But I'm Zooming right now on my phone. So my phone is here, so I literally can't show you what Overlaid is because it's on the phone. It's an app.
Yeah.
But Overlaid is a magical app.
One of the things that you promote yourself as is a tech magician.
Yeah.
So what do you do? When you go out as the tech magician, what sort of things do you perform? What happens? What is it?
So basically, every single routine, I do a full stage show. I do close-up magic, trade show magic like today, and around the tables. But every single routine uses a mobile phone. I've had a lot of my own effects, animations created, and also I use commercially available things, but with my own routines and own ideas. I have a big sort of expensive digital whiteboard that sends camera footage through the air from my table to the digital screen, but it's also a whiteboard, so I can combine graphics and written predictions with the live video. And it's really good fun. My clients really like it. And it's part of either a sort of commercial fun presentation, but it's also part of a motivational talk that I do for corporate companies, like an energizer to kick off the afternoon session in conferences, where I talk about how magic has progressed and how businesses need to keep progressing. And the analogy is using magic and technology and comparing it to the business world. It's all very boring, but some people like it.
Where do you see your future lies? More in performing or more in corporate work or or in inventing? Which is where's your love?
You know, it's always one of those things that I always just enjoy what I'm focusing. If you'd have said 10 years ago, I would have never thought that I'd want to stop doing big illusions, because I love doing big illusions, but now I love doing the show just with a mobile phone, and it's seeming like there's no equipment there, even though there is. But so it's really whatever I'm focusing on at the time. You know, I love creating. I've got all the 5 new releases out at Blackpool. I love consulting for people. That's something that gives me a lot of pleasure, is seeing an act like James and Marina or Chris Angel use material that I've created, and then they're on the world stages. They're getting golden buzzers on talent shows. And it's incredible when you see something that you've dreamed up in your head and then somebody's using it on stage. It really is unbelievable. It's
absolutely fabulous.
A friend of mine, Eric Olson, he sent me a video the other day, and he was using my new sort of app that's available for magicians. And, you know, it's just amazing to see other top performers all over the world using an idea that you've created. It's very humbling.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to say, David, is really thank you ever so much for doing this, because David's been working absolutely flat out, haven't you, at a trade show? And he probably needs to sit in the hot bath and put some Radox in and relax his legs. Of course, I know what trade shows are like. And so is that something you do a lot of, trade shows, or is it just selectively?
It's something that I do. It's like any job for any professional performer. Pay the money, pay me what I want, and I'll be there. Recently, you know, trade shows took a huge hit, obviously with COVID, but this particular client is a regular client of mine. I've done things for them before. I'm going out to Manila in July for them, and they just like what I do. But it's like most trade show magicians around the world, you know, I'm there with a microphone. We encourage people to come over. We build a crowd, and then I push them over to entering the free prize draw or the instant win area. I tell you what, I could do the patter in my sleep. I'm staying at the hotel just by Excel right now. I'm going to fall into that bed in a moment, and literally, Joyner's on the stand, and in a moment you're going to have the chance to win an iPhone 14. And I've just been saying this like every half an hour. And basically, I'm doing a 15-minute show every half hour. Right. So I have 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, and I'm just doing that all day, apart from a 45-minute lunch break. And yet my feet are effing killing me.
I can. Yeah, I mean, the first time I saw a trade show magician was, I think I had long hair and more flared jeans. So it was a long time ago, and it was pretty dire. I think things have moved on a lot since then. I mean, he had one trick, which was the £20 note in between the sheets of perspex and a lock. And he did that ad nauseum for hours and hours and hours, just the one routine. And it was fine if you were just popped up, you know, and got dragged onto the stall. But being in the stand next to him, seeing this happen over and over and over and over again was funny. But you did do a sort of 15-minute act, as it were, not just one trick, and there's a big difference there.
15 minutes, try to get the crowd as big as I can, and then the closing message is to push people over to the business card draw, which happens at 3 o'clock every day. And then they can also go and instantly win things like hats, packs of cards, thermal coffee mugs, and travel adapters, and you'll win straight away. You know, it's just like, send them over.
No, thank you ever so much, David. Before we let you get back to lying down and relaxing, Blackpool.
There we go. Is that reversed? these are some of the things I've got coming out of Blackpool. I know when we were
Yeah.
having curry, you said, can you give us like a sneak preview of things that are coming out?
Yeah.
Do you want me to just quickly talk about the things I've
Yeah,
got coming
yeah,
out of
absolutely.
Blackpool?
Because, you know, you're not revealing anything, so we're fine.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
First of all, Mitch mentioned the app at 12 till 3 every day. We'll be demonstrating it. It'll either be myself or Henry White. We'll be showing people what you can do with it. So come up to the stand and I'll be demonstrating that. Sorry, I can't show it on camera. I had a release a few years ago called Mystery Solved, which was like a billet box, which looks brilliant.
Yeah.
So the new version
Go
of
on.
that, the new version is a lot smaller. So
Oh,
if I hold that at the side of my chin, you'll get some perspective there and see how much smaller it is. But it's been made so it's exactly the same size as a folded card.
oh,
Because
lovely.
before with Mystery Solved, it wasn't an ideal size, but now, you know, that's Mystery Solved.
Yeah.
And it's the right size for a folded card or a smaller billet. So that will be out. Let me just put the card back in the box. That will be out at Blackpool, and it really is beautiful. It's been made absolutely perfectly. The next thing I've got, which I've taken to the circle, and I've sold 6 of these just at the Magic Circle, which is incredible, just by demonstrating it and people that have bought it. And I'll not say what it is. I'm going to cover up a word like this, but it's an 8-ball, and I've always loved the effect, the John Bannon effect, where sort of get somebody to choose a black 8 freely, and then you produce the black 8 from like the Penn cup or something like this. This is an 8-ball that is, to all intents purposes, a normal 8-ball, absolutely standard. I can show it all around. You can produce it in the same way, but this 8-ball is gimmicked in the same way the ball is gimmicked in Paul Daniels' favorite cup trick. Okay, so this means, I don't know why I've got notifications coming through. Let me get rid of that.
Yeah.
So this means that you can hold it out from anywhere, under a waistcoat, under your coat or something like that, because it's gimmicked in that same way as the ball in Paul Daniels' favorite cup routine. So that's out, and loads of guys love that when I shared that with them.
Yeah,
The inversion holder.
We don't have to chop anything out, David.
The inversion holder, that is a holder for cups and balls, or chop cup again. But it's in, if you know my bottle production, it's actually the area where the inversion holder works. It's in the same area, but it means that you don't have to put things in your pockets. You haven't got anything on you. If you wear slim fitting suits when you're performing, you can have 2 really big loads and nobody can see where they are. So I'm going to have a mannequin on the stand at Blackpool showing where it is, and also I'll be using it as well. And last, but by no means least, we have this, which I've already been getting messages. Peter Nardi messaged me today because he got to see the trailer, because Murphy's Magic are emailing the dealers out and saying, okay, get ready. So myself and Wayne Fox, we had something a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, in fact, called the 52-to-1 deck, an incredible invention of Wayne's. And what I did was bring out a gaffed version that meant that you could do more with Wayne's principle. And this year, we've added to the effect. Wayne's effect was incredible. You could cut to a spectator's thought of card. But now we have the accumulator deck, the imaginatively titled accumulator deck. The reason I've called it the accumulator deck is because the odds have increased. So it's not just 52-to-1 now, it's the accumulator. And the way it plays is you get somebody to think of a red card, somebody to think of a black card, 2 different spectators. And when you spread the cards, they then look at a card, they see them all completely different, but they look at one and they think of the card. The crazy thing is that when they're then thinking of the cards, you cut to the first spectator's card, and then somebody else names a number, and you count down. And even though they never tell you their card, and they genuinely don't, for the magicians watching, it works like the 52 to 1 deck, but it's printed completely differently. And you count down, and fairly, the card that they're thinking of is at the number that's named.
Oh.
So you cut to the first spectator's card, or they cut to it, and then you count down to the freely named number, and it's any number, and you count down, and the card that's thought of is at that number. I showed it to Simon Lipkin the other night, and he was swearing a lot.
Well, you've got a purchaser already. It was Tommy Burnett out there, says he loves 52 to 1, so he's going to go bananas over that.
And you can still do 52 to 1 with it, but now you can do the card at any number with it as well.
Lee Alex, who's joining us from Turkey, says, is David looking for volunteers to be the mannequin?
I've got half a body with a head cut off. As long as Alex will have his head cut off on the stand, he can replace what I've got.
And Martin Duffy says he can't do it because he'll be on his stand all weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Excuse me. Oh dear. No, thank you ever so much, David. That's been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to chat to you as well, because I've never had, we've sort of met briefly over one portion of curry in next to the Magic Circle, and I had to go and dash and get the trains and didn't have a chance to probably properly talk. So it's been great to have a sort of one-to-one chat with 40-odd other people watching, but it felt very in-person, very personal. I think we've got one more message there from, let's just have a look at that. From, Lee Alex has replied, can't promise being headless. I might be legless.
Yes.
But I think at Blackpool there will be a lot of leglessness.
Oh, I wish I could. I don't enjoy Blackpool in the same way as most people. I generally finish at 6 o'clock, get some food, and go and sleep. And if I'm lucky, I'm in that dealer hall at 9 a.m. It's a different regime, and people don't realise unless they have to do it. It's actually really hard work.
Well, I've got a little niche business which I will be setting up outside, because obviously I haven't got a proper stand, but I have bought a truckload of deodorant and loads of toothpaste.
And breath spray,
and breath sprays as well,
I always appreciate people coming up and going hi and shaking you by the hand with a lovely sweaty palm. That always
awful.
Wayne Fox was using hand sanitizer before it was fashionable.
Right.
He loves a bit of gelling, Wayne Fox.
Wayne is one of our favourites, because he comes to our club and lectures once a year. Absolutely. And we don't care what his lectures on, we just love Wayne.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you again, David. I'll see you next week. I'll come and
do you want me to tell you what Wayne's got coming out?
Oh, well, of course you would know, wouldn't
Wayne's
you?
Coming out.
Yeah, you have the inside knowledge.
He's told me. We were talking about it an hour ago. So he's combined two of the things. He's combining his love of painting with like mentalism and magic, and I've seen him do this and get a standing ovation at the Circle. But he's got a painting, and he's got a really lovely routine where they look at the painting and then they go through like various choices, and the predictions are artistically depicted in the image. But the nice thing is that when you look at the picture, you don't notice these things. So, and then you see it afterwards, even though it was in front of you. So it kind of seems like a real subliminal thing. And one's really big. Like you think on the painting this size, you think you'd notice something that was this big, but he's done it. He's painted it in such a way that you only when you see it, you can't unsee it. It's quite amazing. And then he has got a version of Crazy Man's Handcuffs where literally the bands go like this and just go together.
Oh.
and then he goes like this, and they come apart. And when you watch the trailer, you'll probably think that can't happen.
CGI.
And then come and watch it live, because
Oh.
he can do it. It's incredible. And the thing is, a lot of Wayne's stuff, he's very skillful, very sort of sleight of hand motivated, but it uses a gimmick, and that takes away all the slides that you need. And it's actually, even I can do it.
Well, thank you for spending my money for me, David. Much appreciated.
Come and see us on the balcony.
And wishing you a absolutely fabulous Blackpool, and very profitable, and stay healthy, of course, because all those people sneezing and sniffing around you. So smoothies.
I'm having these like energy smoothies to get me through the trade show. Oh, and these as well.
Oh, well,
that's healthy, right?
Yeah.
That's my diet for the next few days.
Well, depending on whether you are going to stay up or not, because I say Tommy Burnett will be doing Pie Revelation, and he's about 4 acts away at the moment, so about 20 minutes.
Unfortunately, I do really briefly have to jump on another call.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Best of luck look. You said it was Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tommy, don't screw it up, all right? Do not screw it up. I'm gonna watch this video. If you effing screw this up, if you screw it up. Oh look, Tommy's bought the same book off Amazon. What are the chances?
How about that?
I thought it was just me that had bought that book on Amazon. That's amazing that you have. I thought that was quite underground. You've got the same book. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
To be fair, I've been looking for this book for years, and I just found it by luck. So, yeah.
Can you memorize it yet? Can you memorize Pi?
I have almost all of it memorized.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that if you've actually memorized Pi to 50,000 decimal places, your performance is going to be incredible. I know that. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Tommy,
I don't want to say. I can't say any more, Kevin, so I'll end up doing the patter for his own.
Yeah.
Tommy, could you just bring your glasses down so you're actually wearing your glasses? Yeah, no, you can see Leo thought they were the same as David, but they're not quite. No. Anyway, Tommy, I'm going to where are we? Swipe left on you.
Thank you, David.
And again, thank you ever so much, David. It's been a pleasure having you along.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. I know you're in the middle of your night of fun, and I really appreciate the invite, Kevin. And hopefully, I'll see you guys at Blackpool.
Yeah.
I think we're back to normal. It's going to be a great convention. I can't wait. There's so many highlights. I can't wait for this competition. I think that's going to be amazing, that competition on the Saturday night. It's going to be one of those moments that you got to be there. Yeah. And I am so excited for Blackpool this year, more than ever. Yeah. I love Blackpool.
And I'm looking forward to Clinton Baptiste as well. So
yeah, I think there's so many highlights this year. Yeah. My first one was 1985, and it was Harry Blackstone.
Oh wow!
And I always remember I walked up to Harry Blackstone. I was such a fanboy, and I was probably about 15, 16. A gentleman called Mick Hanslick, who I know people like Martin will remember Mick Hanslick. He took me along. They took me and Anthony Owen. And I remember with great trepidation, I approached Harry Blackstone. No video, no YouTube in those days, but I'd seen him on the Blackstone show. And I said to him, Mr. Blackstone, sir, you know, because I've got great respect for him. Will you be doing the light bulb in the show? And he was in the horseshoe area where the dealers, that was the only place the dealers were in those days. And he was there in his big theatrical coat with his wife there, Gay Blackstone. And I asked him the question, will you be doing the light bulb? And he said, well, my boy, we've got to go and check the atmospherics in the theatre. But if all goes to plan, I'm sure you'll have a great night. And
Oh, wow.
that was just such a great memory for me that he kept up that sort of grandeur, and he did do it. Yes, he did do it. It was amazing. It was incredible. It was a great memory. Would you like to see it? And it went over the stalls.
Oh, wow.
1985, I think that was. It was brilliant.
Lee Alex has just said he was there as well. And
yeah,
I thought Lee Alex was far too young.
There we go. He went when he was in the womb, but you heard the vibrations.
Thank you again, David. And have a decent night's sleep.
I'll try to.
Yeah.
See you in Blackpool.
Yeah. Bye for now. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
And thank you ever so much to David Penn. I better do that and have my little me and Tommy back up in the image. Right, where are we? Oh, right, over to the USA and our next performer, waiting in the wings. Are you still there? Mike Shaw, come in, Mike.
Hello, magic fans and magicians. Well, I kind of like what happens to us sometimes when we're performing, when there's some strange coincidence which seems like real magic. I know that's happened to a lot of us. You know, someone selects a card and it's the card that you were kind of wanting them to select, etc. Well, today I'm going to do a trick called my cat's favorite card trick. And I noticed earlier that, Kevin, you had an image of a cat on the screen, and I thought, wow, that's one of these mystical coincidences that go beyond trickery. Why would you have a cat when I'm going to do my cat's favorite card trick? So basically, I'm showing you a mixed up deck with all the faces, different and quite mixed. I will need a volunteer, and I was wondering if perhaps Cheryl and Michaela are available. I have a sense that they may have a cat. You know, they might be cat people. So are Cheryl and Michaela available by any chance?
There they are.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So are you cat folks by any chance?
Yes.
Wow, that's an interesting coincidence, because I think you'll enjoy this little trick, and if needed, feel free to consult with your cat. So I had a cat. Her name was Misty. She's passed on. I actually have a picture of her right here. You could see how cute she is, especially with her little visor. And so whenever I would practice magic, do some card tricks, I needed someone to practice on, and I would practice on Misty. I would just basically fan out the deck, and she would inevitably always pick the same card. It was weird. So what I'd like you to do, and this will be a little bit difficult, so what I'll ask you to do, Cheryl, I'm going to just go slowly through the cards, and you can stop at a section, and then I'll let you freely choose a card. So say stop anywhere you'd like.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Yep.
So I'll stop here. These cards here, I'm just going to put them aside so we won't use them. And now, in these cards here, I'm just going to run my finger over it. It's a little tricky to do this on Zoom, so I'll just move my finger slowly here, and you say stop anywhere you like.
Stop.
Okay, right here. So again, I'll move these cards aside. We won't need them. And you've stopped at this card right here. So I'm going to, I have to hold this in a particular way. So let me just move the camera a little bit over here. I don't want you to see it, and of course I don't want to see the card either, okay? So I want to keep it in view, and at the same time neither of us sees it. So you could see all these cards here that you could have picked as well. And this is the card you chose. Okay, I'm just trying to keep it in view. Now, the funny thing is that, let me just move it up here a little bit. The funny thing is, my cat Misty always chose the same card. And it was kind of weird. I don't know if it was by sense of smell, but she would just put her little paw on the card, and it was always the 9 of diamonds. It was odd. Now, wouldn't it be an amazing coincidence if the card that you chose today were the 9 of diamonds? Actually, yes, it is a coincidence. And you could see Misty's cute little paw prints on there.
Aww.
Oh my
Neat.
gosh, awesome.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
Always have the original from you. Absolutely wonderful. Thanks ever so much. Right. Before I move on to the next performer, just remind you that in a couple of minutes' time, we'll have the video with Wayne Goodman. And so you want everybody, as many people as possible, to have a pack of cards handy so that you can follow along with what he's doing on video only and see if it works out, which will be quite fun if it does. Okay, so another new performer. Wow. Les Cooper, hi there.
This is a crime that takes place on a double-deck bus. Little pun. I need a volunteer now. I guess Jill seems to be the person that everybody likes to pick on. So can we get Jill in here? Hi, Jill.
Hello, nice to see you.
Welcome to Los Angeles.
Oh, thank you.
Deck of cards here. This is a crime that takes place on top of a bus.
Oh.
And you're gonna be one of the witnesses to the crime, okay? Let me mix up the cards here a little bit. The crime took place and there were 12 witnesses that took place on this trip. I need you to now just pick one of these cards. I'll move my hand over it slowly and you just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Right? This card or this card?
One back.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try and keep it in view here. Okay. So this is the suspect right here.
Right.
Here. Trying to organize this for Zoom here. As the people on the top deck of the bus were conversing, they were waiting for the ace detectives to arrive. They were waiting for the ace detectives to arrive. As the detectives arrived, the suspect ran away. Each ace was assigned to 3 people to interview. So every 4th card is an ace. As they were discussing things, people got really out of hand. And well, this should be the ace pile over here. Is this correct? There's the ace.
Right.
So as they were interviewing the people, they started mingling, and pretty soon nobody knew where anybody was. They were all mixed up trying to talk to the police. So the police said, let's reorganize, let's regroup. And what they did is all got back together again, together. Can you see all the aces here?
I can.
There we go. Okay. All the other people were dismissed and the aces were left to draw a description of the suspect. Did I show you your card? I did not show you your card, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nervous doing this for the first time for this group. Okay, I think this was your card. I can't see it. Can you tell me where you can see it?
I can see it, yes.
Okay, you have it memorized?
I do.
Okay, so the aces were discussing where to go, but in the meantime, the suspect, well, he ran away. and he went into a big 48-story hotel
Oh,
with about 10 or 12 rooms per floor. So that's a lot of rooms to go. Two of the aces went in, the detectives went into the building to try to locate the suspect. They knew he wasn't on the first floor. Was this your card?
no.
They knew he wasn't on the bottom floor. He was somewhere within the building. Two of the aces staked out the outside of the building, one on the back door and one at the front door. And if you blink, the suspect had to leave at some point. What was your card?
6 of spades. Wow.
And that's it. That's it, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you,
welcome.
Les. Terrific. I hope we'll see you yet again. So keep coming back to our show. Lovely. And we have yet another newbie. So I've got a big welcome to Willy Chen. Hi there, Willy.
Hello, I'm Willy Chen. I'm first time here, so you know, go easy on me, I guess. No. So, but just to give you a little bit of just tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about my background. Right now, it's this calendar and posters and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm a magician here, I'm in Honolulu, Hawaii. So I've been kind of starting out in magic like in about maybe 14 years, and I've been going into magic clubs and doing a few like little corporate and little shows like that. So, but anyway, that's enough about me. Anyway, let's go on to the trick. So right now I have here one of, I guess you could say, the world's famous toy. You know, as a child, I always like to play with toys, like hopefully everybody else. But I still like to play with toys. So anyway, thank you, Robin. Welcome. Just to show you what it is, it's a Rubik's Cube. What a surprise. I don't know if anybody here knows how to solve one. Anybody, maybe some of you know how to solve one side. Because honestly, they say life is like a Rubik's Cube. If you get one side all fixed, then you usually mess up all the other sides, right? But anyway, I'm going to try to solve a cube by using magic. Because I'm a magician, I'm gonna solve the cube by magic using this magic bag. Okay, I'm gonna place. Oops, sorry. Everybody can see the cube. I'm gonna place the cube right inside the bag, surreptitiously inside the bag, just like that. Now I snap once, I snap twice, which makes this trick twice as snappy. Okay. I don't know if anybody got it. And if I wave my hands over the bag, the cube is now solved. Ta-da. I'll prove it to you. I'll check. Yep, it's solved. Now, the hardest part is making it back unsolved. If I wave my hand over the bag like this, it is unsolved again. All right, yeah. Clearly, you need higher standards. I'm going to place the cube back into the bag for real. If I click, the cube is now solved. All right, yeah. I think some of you are getting suspicious. Yeah, there's another cube in the bag. Sorry, that was anyway. Well, I said I was going to solve the cube, but there are other ways of solving the cube. I'm just going to leave the cube right over here, but I will need somebody to kind of just volunteer a little bit. I'm going to mix up the cube, but I don't know if anybody wants to. Just so anybody is ready, I'm just gonna have somebody shout out stop or hey.
Stop.
I'm just gonna
stop. Stop.
Oh, stop right here. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say too. I mean, since we're on Zoom, you know, the stop might be a little bit delayed. So hopefully that wasn't too much delay. But is it okay? Stop right here, or you want me to turn one more?
One more turn.
One more turn on this side.
Yes.
Okay. Any more turns?
No, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. So technically, you folks have mixed up the cube and stopped wherever you like. We got this cube right over here all along. Now, of course, you folks were in control, right? And you could have stopped me anywhere, but it's a surprise that you stopped me at this side where it's all the same. One side, not just one side though, but side number 2 and side number 3. side number 4, and of course the top and bottom, side number 5 and side number 6. All 6 sides have been solved. Thank you. Now, I will say, I did promise you one thing. I didn't do what I was promising earlier. I said I was going to solve the cube by magic. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just mix up the cube a little bit more, but that's good enough. Now, I think they say the world record right now is like 5 seconds. But I'm going to try to do this with 1 second with one hand. In 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Thank you. Now, okay. Now, since I got one more thing, but since we were talking earlier, we were talking about pets, right, and cats. I have a pet assistant with me that would like to also do a trick. But first of all, we're gonna do a card trick, obviously. We're gonna have a card selected first of all. I'm just gonna go through like this. I want somebody once again to say stop as I once again Zoom. So if it's delayed, then just bear with me. So I'm just gonna go over here and say stop anytime you like.
Stop.
Okay, right over here. Now I'm gonna take out this card now. If you don't mind, okay. First of all, I am going to write whatever your name is. Like I said, I'm not gonna find the card. I have an assistant that's gonna find the card for me. That's why. But if you don't mind, just tell me your name. I'm gonna write your name on the card.
Roy. R-O-Y. Roy.
Okay, Roy. Just like so. Put that aside for now, okay? And I'm gonna place it back into the deck, just like so. I'm gonna place it right back in, just like so. But just so you know, my assistant is gonna hopefully see if he can find the card. Now I have him right here. I have him right here. Don't worry, it's still alive. It's believe it or not, it's a pet seashell. It's a cowrie shell. I don't know if you can see him. Just bear with me. It's a cowrie shell. I named him Corey, by the way. So say hi, everybody. Say hi, Corey. And you can see by the look on his face that he's ready and willing to find the card. Hi, everyone. Okay, so
Hi.
so in about 3 seconds, Corey is gonna find your card, Roy, and hopefully he's gonna jump in there and find a card in 3, 2, 1. Okay, Corey, find the card. Jump in there and find the card. We may have a little bit of a problem. Hold on. I think he has something to say. Oh, okay. He says, sometimes when I shuffle the cards, I accidentally have the card on top. Okay, so we're gonna check the top card this time. So I'm gonna show you the top card. Oh wait. Oh, he was right. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Corey, you were right. Okay, so I'm just gonna let me shuffle the card one more time. Just shuffle the card one more time, and just give it one more shuffle. Sometimes I might drop the cards, but hopefully that's it. Okay, so, all right, Corey, are you ready to find the card now? Okay, he's nodding his head. That's right. Okay. So first of all, let me just check out one more. Let me just check the card one more time. That isn't your card, right?
No.
No, it's not. Okay. And let me just. Corey, you ready to find the card? Okay. Here we go. Let's see how he goes here. Now I'm just gonna gather this up because he works undercover. That is another pun right here. Give it a little bit of a motivation. If I do this, he is finding the card. Oh, looks like he's done. Let's see. And if you look inside right here, aha, one card folded. Inside is the card that you chose. Is that it? That is your signature, of course. And
Yes.
he deserves a big round. He deserves a bigger round of applause. Thank you very much.
Well done, Corey.
Okay, thank you. And Corey says thank you too. Okay. All right, back to you, Kevin.
Well done.
Nice one, Willie. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you again on our show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Terrific. Okay, so as I said earlier, make sure everyone, as many people as possible out there, have got a deck of cards. And I'm going to hand you over in a second to a video of one of our regular performers. Over to Wayne Goodman. Have your cards ready.
Hey everyone, so I want to do a little trick and I want to do something we could do together. And throughout all the shows that I've done online now, it's always been, oh, I'll select the card for you, but I want you to choose the card this time. So what I want you to do is pause the video, I want you to go and get a pack of cards and bring them to the TV or the screen that you're watching on right now. So go and find a pack of cards, pause the video, and I'll give you a couple of minutes and come back and I'll see you then. So hopefully you're back, you've got the cards. You can take the pack of cards and I want you to deal 9 cards from the pack, okay? These can be any 9 cards that you want. And they can be all different. Shuffle the cards up first, obviously, and get yourselves 9 cards, okay? Have you got that? Brilliant. Okay, show them to me, show them to me. Okay, now I want you to take the cards and I want you to mix them up, okay? And you can shuffle them like this, or you can just shuffle them between your fingers, however you want to do it, that is fine. Shuffle the cards right up. Now, I want you to spread the cards out between your hands. We call it fanning. I want you to do that in a way that you can see all corners of the cards. Okay, and I'm going to ask Charlie to shout out a number between 1 and 9. So Charlie, can you give me a number between 1 and 9, please? 2. Okay, brilliant. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at the second card from this end. Okay, so for me, it's this one here, but don't remember my card. I want you to remember your card. Okay, so I'm going to square these up. Now, for me to do this, it's going to take a little bit of me and a little bit of you. A little bit of chance. So for the little bit of you, I would like you to spell your name. Okay, so you're going to take the cards and you're going to spell out your name, 1 card for each letter of your name. So if your name is Harry, you would spell H-A-R-R-Y. If your name was Ella, you'd spell E-L-L-A. If your name was George, G-E-O-R-G-E. If you haven't already done that, do that now. So spell out each letter of your name, 1 card for each letter, into a neat pile on the floor or the table. Brilliant. Okay. If you've got any cards left over in your hand, drop them on top. Perfect. Now, that's a little bit of you. Now we're going to use a little bit of me. So I want you to deal my name, Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E. 1 letter for 1 card for each letter. So W, you can do it with me. W-A-Y-N-E. Brilliant. And now take the rest of the cards, put them on top. So that's a little bit of you, and that's a little bit of me, and now let's really mix it up and make it random. So what we're going to do this time, and do it with me, is hold the cards like this again, and you're going to deal the cards 1 at a time onto the floor, the table, or the mat, or whatever you're using. So do it with me, 1 at a time. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and so on. And keep going and stop whenever you want. And keep dealing them down and just stop whenever you want. Whatever's left, when you stop, drop them on the top. At the beginning, I said I was going to try and find your card, and you shuffled the cards. You chose the cards. I could no idea what name you're using. Everyone's going to be using different names. I didn't know when you were going to say stop at the end. I didn't know the card. I don't know the name of the card that you chose. And now the cards are all done. Okay, so every single person who's got a pile of cards in their hand, the cards will be in a different place because the names are different, because they stop differently. What I would like you to do first of all is to take the first 3 cards, and I want you to come right up as close to the screen as you can without blocking the view of everybody. And I would like you to place those 3 cards against my hand. Okay, do it now. No, it's not one of those. You can throw it away. Okay, now what I'd like to do is take the next 2 cards and place it against my hand. No. Okay. Now I'll take the next single card against my hand. No. And the next single card against my hand. That's your card.
Boo, I'm going to go to the gallery, and if Sir Wayne got your card right, hold your card upward, give us a thumbs up, and wow, look at that. Fantastic. Really great. Thank you, Wayne, and we'll let you know how well that went down, because obviously that was on video and he's not here. So, and we've got Mike with his little pretty tat card still. Hey. Right, so second to last on our billboard tonight is all the way from New York City, and he will be all the way here in Blackpool next week, but he's still at home now, Mr. Tommy Burnett. Hi there, Tommy.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hey, John. Good to see you. Yeah, so I'm going to try and do something I've done before. I started out doing this by memorizing pi to 100 places, which in itself is amazing. And I stopped at 100 for many, many years. And then I found this book called Pi to 50,000 decimal places. And I said, you know, I'll do a few hundred at a time, and we'll see how far I've gotten. I'm somewhere between 40,000 and 50,000 now, which takes about an hour and a half to recite. So here we go. 3.1. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to do that now because we don't have the time, nor do we have the mental fortitude to have it good. But we're going to try an experiment. I'm going to need 4 people. I don't need you on camera, but I see Mitch has his hand up. So Mitch, you can help me. CR can help me. John Carnes has his hand up, and I need one other person. Oh, Farley, great. Okay, so what's going to happen is the 4 of you are going to come up with a 4-digit number, and I don't know how many people realize, but in the number pi, which at this point is infinite, there is a computer down south at one of the major universities who its main job is to calculate pi, and it's like in the trillions and quadrillions right now. I can't tell you exactly where it's at, but it keeps calculating, trying to find a finite spot in pi. And so far, in probably over 20 years, it hasn't found that yet. So it's considered one of the infinite numbers. It continues, and every time it's a different digit throughout. However, they have discovered that every smaller number can be found inside pi, like your phone number, your address, your birthday can all be found in the number pi at some point. So what I've been working on is memorizing certain places in pi and trying to recognize those number patterns. So what we're going to do is, between the 4 of you, you're going to come up with a 4-digit number, and then I'm going to tell you what page, what line, and how many numbers deep in that line those 4 numbers will be in the number pi, just to prove to you that I have some semblance of the number pi. Now, having said all that, Mitch, can you call out any one digit between 0 and 9, please?
Let's go with 7.
7. So I will write down 7, just like that. And who else would we say? CR, can you, again, any digit from 0 to 9, please?
I'll take 9.
9, okay. So far we have 7 and 9, okay? And John Collins, please. Same
I'll have
thing?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 7, 9, 6. And Harley, you were the last person, yes? Same thing for you, please.
Another 9.
Another 9. So 7, 9, 6, 6, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. 7, 9, 6, 9. Right? So did you say 9 or 6?
It was 9.
I said 6.
Right. So it would be 7, 9, 6, 9, yeah? And
Yep.
I believe that is on page 90, line 16. Five numbers in. So let me write that down underneath the number, page 90, line 16, and 5 numbers in. So page 90, line 16, and 5 lines in. So let's turn to page 90, and let me get my glasses on so I can see what's going on. Page 90. Yep, page 90, line 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is down here on the bottom. And then 5 digits in would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by, wait, that's not right. Oh no, what did I do wrong? Oh,
Your finger dropped down a line.
Right, yeah, you're right. My finger goes down one, and I'm still not right. I got one digit off, but I'm still pretty good. 7966. I was off. That last digit was off, but I'm still training here. Don't tell David Penn that I messed up the last digit. He's gonna watch it anyway. So, but it's not bad for if you think about it. 50,000 digits. You all picked 4. I got 3 out of 4. That's not too shabby. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now back to the illustrious Kevin Peel.
I got the name, but I'm looking for this illustrious guy. It's not sure where he is.
Yeah, I realized as soon as I said
Yeah.
illustrious, I didn't say most illustrious.
Yeah.
So
So you knew, yeah, Tommy, you complete up. Anyway, so just about time for me to close the show on, and I asked a couple of people to help me right at the beginning of the show. I didn't tell them anything that we were going to do, but I just said, could you help? Because I wanted to have a couple. And so Des and Cherry, could you join me, please?
Yeah, we're here.
And Stuart will bring you in. There we go. Look at that. So I'm going to do 2 things tonight with your help. So firstly, I'm going to do one of the most dangerous tricks in magic, which is a card stab. Stab your card in the deck that you've selected. Now, the way that this is normally done is that, let me just go back so I'm talking to you personally. The way that that's normally done is that the person selects a card. You get to show a card that's selected, and then the cards are tossed up in the air, yeah, and you produce the knife and you stab the knife into the card deck, into the cards as they freely fall down, yeah, and you stab the actual card. But I'm going to do it differently because you know me, Des. I always try to do something different. Okay, so if we go back to our table view, what I'm going to do, Des, is I want you just to think of a card. So don't say that out loud. Just have a card in your brain.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you transmit that to me now? Lovely. Okay, I've got it. What we're going to do is I'm going to actually jab this into the pack, and after we've done this routine, I'll rip out your card and it'll be the one that you're thinking of. Okay, so if we take the... There we go. So I've pushed my my knife through the pack, and we're going to stick that over there so that you can see I don't touch it or I don't go near it with any cards, but the card's only in your head. I don't even know what it is. Okay, and while we do something else, just for the two of you. So we have something a little bit different here. I've got some picture cards. I'm going to go to the overhead camera so you can see this better. And you can see that there still. Let me just move that over there so you can see I don't interrupt the trick. And loads of pictures here. And in a minute, I'm going to go through these and get you to select ones that you think resonate with you. But before we do that, I'm going to give them a good shuffle and mix, yeah. You can see they're being well and truly mixed up. And if we do it like this, yeah, and perhaps an overhand shuffle as well. And maybe, I just want to make sure that these are completely randomized. So I've got no idea, there's no specific order. Does that look like they're properly mixed?
Yes, they're really mixed.
Okay. So now, Cherry, I'm going to give you the first opportunity. I'm going to show you one, maybe two, maybe three cards, and I'll give you the choice of to keep one, keep two of them, discard all three, whatever you like. Okay. And as we go through these, and I'll alternate between you and Des. So I'll offer you some, I'll offer Des maybe 1, 2, or 3 as well. And we'll have a discard pile, and we'll have a Cherry pile here and a Des pile here. But seeing as you're first off the ante there, Cherry, this card here, do you want to discard that, or do you want to start off with the bucket and spade, get things going with a bucket and spade?
Yes, I'd like to do that.
You'd like to keep the bucket. I knew already. I knew you would choose the bucket and spade. Okay, Des, same for you. Cute kitten. Would you keep the cute kitten or discard the cute kitten?
Discard the kitten.
You're going to discard the cute kitten. Yeah. So, Cherry, again, one for you. Ooh, this is a really nice little teddy bear with a with slightly injured and damaged. So it wants cuddling and wants looking after. So, Cherry, are you going to keep the cuddly teddy bear, or are you going to discard him?
I'm going to discard the cuddly teddy bear.
Oh, he's very sad about that. He really thinks that you could have done better. Okay, we have. Oh, yes, I'm going to give you for change. I'm going to give you a choice of couple here. Now, I think I know your mind. I think I know the way your mind works. Would you prefer the hunky fireman or some lovely lipstick?
Oh, I'd like the lipstick, please.
I thought you would. I absolutely knew that you would be choosing the lipstick. And we will discard the fireman, or do you want the fireman as well?
No, discard the fireman.
Discard the fireman. You'll go, Cherry.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to be really cruel because I gave Des multiple choices, but I'm going to give you one. You can either have the nurse. I should have offered you the nurse, to be honest, Des, but I'm going to offer Cherry the. Do you want a nurse who's putting on some latex gloves? I'm not too sure what she's up to there, but do you want the nurse in the latex gloves, or do you want to discard her?
I'm going to discard her.
You're going to throw away the nurse. We don't care. Yeah. Okay, so Des. Now a pink and white limo.
Yes, I'll keep that.
You'll keep the pink and white limo?
Yeah.
I knew that. I knew that. Jerry, an axe.
No, I don't want the axe.
Yeah, you've only got one so far. Are you sure you don't want the axe?
Go
Just
on
think
then.
the havoc you could wreck.
I'll keep the axe.
You'll keep the axe. You see, you mustn't be influenced by me. Des. Oh, Des. Now, you can either have a lovely new iPhone or a pair of pink panties. Now, Des, which do you think that you will keep?
Well, I'll keep the panties. They look my size.
Yes, I knew. So you're going to have the panties. Do you want the iPhone as well, or are you going to throw them away?
No, I'm going to throw the iPhone away.
You're going to throw the iPhone away. Jerry. Oh, this is cute. Little lovely mouse.
A mouse?
Do you like mice?
Yes, I like mice. I'll keep
You're
them.
going to keep the mouse?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep the mouse for you. And Des, how hungry are you? I know if it was Tommy, he would take this because he loves pizza. But Des, how are you on pizzas?
Yeah, I'll keep the pizza.
You'll keep the pizza. I knew that. I love these pictures. Cherry, are you a vegetarian?
Not quite.
Not
Almost.
quite. So you could either have the meat or the veg. Well, it's a salad thing, but which one do you prefer? A lovely rattler or a lovely cucumber?
I'll have the cucumber, please.
You'll have the cucumber. And you don't want the rattler?
No.
No.
That's
Des,
what I really want.
Des, you took the pizza. Do you want a nice glass of I'm not sure. It's not rosé. It's a nice red. So do you want the red wine?
Absolutely. Yes, I'd like that.
I knew. Absolutely knew that. Jerry, these are actually my favourite animal, the elephant. So would you like the elephant?
No, I'll cast the elephant aside.
You'll toss it aside. No, I'm not going to say. Let's have a look. Oh, I think this is something that Des could use. Curlers, curling tongs.
No, I don't think I want the curling tongs.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in you, Des. So, Jerry, you can either play a game with no risk or a game with a lot of risk. So, or you could try both.
I think I'll have both.
You'll have both. So you'll have the poker chips and the tennis ball.
Yes, I will.
Des, you discarded the curling tongs. Would you have the crocodile?
Yeah, I think I would have the crocodile.
You will have the crocodile. Cherry, Des has a crocodile. Do you want a spider?
Yes, okay, I'll have the spider.
Ooh, spider for Cherry. Excuse me. A lovely choice here, Des. Some stuff for the bathroom, or a clown, or all three, or two or three. It's up to you.
I'll have the clown and the toothbrush.
You don't want the toilet paper?
No, I didn't recognise what it was, but no, I'll discard.
It's a lovely roll of toilet. There was a big demand on that a while back, but
I know. Actually, maybe I ought to keep it after the pizza and the wine.
So, do you want the toilet paper and the toothbrush and the clown, or do you want?
No, I just want the toilet paper and the clown.
Just the toilet paper and the clown.
Yeah.
Kerry, finally for you. If you want to get Des out of the way sometimes, you can always have the handcuffs, or you can have the box of matches, or you can have both. It's up to you.
I'm going to have both, please.
You're going to have both. Okay. What I never told you at the beginning was these were designed to be sort of gender specific, but not. So they were, the idea was me to influence you. If you have a look here, we've got all the ones you discarded, and on the back, they've all got various different gender symbols. But, Des, this is the pile that you chose. And if you have a look, you chose all the ones that were specifically aimed at you. And Terry, these are the ones you chose. And you chose all the ones that were specifically aimed at you.
Well done.
So my influence is strong.
It is.
Very.
So now we get back to my card stab, where I reveal your card by ripping the knife out of the card box. So Des, for the first time, what is the card that you've got in your brain?
4 of clubs.
Oh, I don't think I quite did that right. I don't often go wrong with tricks. Maybe it's written on the blade somewhere. No. You said 4 of clubs.
4 of clubs.
Actually, I was really sort of playing with you all along, because it's actually impossible to stab anything in this deck because it hasn't got a deck of cards in it. It's just got a block of metal. And there is absolutely no way of putting a knife through that. So it was all in the mind. Thanks, Des. Thanks, Jerry. And that's about all we've got time for tonight. So thank you to everybody, all our performers, and our special guest, David Penn. So let's go through who we had. We had Gunnar, we had Robina, we had Alan Fisher on video, we had Scott Paton doing a fabulous thing with our minds. We had Charles Schneider on video. We had David Penn in the room with us for a little bit of an interview and a chat and then banter and natter, and that was great fun. Mike Shaw, thank you. Les, new performer. Willy Chen, new performer. Wayne Goodman on video. Tommy Burnett. Oh, Tommy, did you want me to go back to you?
Yeah, just real quick.
Okay, before, and me after Tommy, yeah. But we'll just go back to Tommy very, very briefly. So,
yeah.
Stuart, you want to put Tommy back in the room? There we go, look at that.
I just want to say that, you know, I'm really sorry. None of these numbers repeat themselves, but sometimes I get the pages wrong. And I did find the number. It was actually, it was on page 50 at the top of the page. It's 7969, right underneath my finger there. So, just so you know, I was able to find it. I just called out the wrong page because I guess maybe I was a little nervous. I don't know, but it was in there. So, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Tommy. But as they say, this is not an exact art.
That's right. Yep.
So fabulous. Thank you ever so much. So I'll just do a little quick gallery view for Facebook, so you can all wave goodbye to Facebook. Bye, 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 Facebook. Bye. Thank you. And we will say, as we say, bye, Facebook. You're out of here. And from all of us, I'm going to switch off the recording. Thank you ever so much. We've had a lovely time with all of you, and recording is stopped now.